Hi, and welcome to Genealogy Gems. I'm Louise Cooke, coming to you today from my home here in Texas. I don't think I've ever brought you guys out here. It's summertime, so I've been enjoying the pool. And the pool got me to thinking about family history. What else would I be thinking about, right? Now, my thought is, I don't think we have ever talked about the full-text search over at FamilySearch. And that's a problem because there is so much going on there. So it seems to me that this is the perfect time for us to take the plunge together, okay? So whether you've been using full-text search for a while, if you've got some tips and tricks, head to the comments and let us know what they are. Maybe you've heard about it, but wasn't sure where it was or how to find it, how to get into it. Or maybe you've done a little bit of dabbling. You're sticking your toe in the end. I like the beach end of the pool where you can stick your toes in. No matter what you've done so far, today is the day for all of us to get together and take the plunge. Let's dive into full-text search over at FamilySearch.org. Come on, let's head back over to our computers. All right, here we are at FamilySearch. Now, the first thing you're going to need to do, even if you use the link that will take you directly to full-text search at FamilySearch, is you got to sign in. So I'm going to sign into my free FamilySearch account. So here we are. Now, this is going to take you directly to FamilySearch.org/en for English, /search for search, /full-text. And this takes us directly into that lab experiment. So what do we mean by lab experiment? Well, right now, full-text search is kind of in beta testing mode. So if you were to go to Google and type FamilySearch Lab, here's the direct link to the labs, and that shows you all the different projects that they're currently working on. And full-text search is one of them. So if you end up here first, you can scroll down. And here we go. Expand your search with full-text search. You can see I've got it turned on. All you do is click, try it, and it will turn it on for you. And then click the Go to Experiment. That is going to take you back here. So now we are at the user interface for full-text search at FamilySearch. So we're going to start with this full-text search box. And just like any other search, we could search for a name. Now, the beauty of full-text search, and this is really important, is that this is going to give us people named in records who are not named in the index. In the past, you could search for a name, and if a record was indexed for that person, it would come up. But if they were mentioned in a probate record or a land record as one of many people listed, but it wasn't their record officially, then you may not have ever seen that record. And that is what's so powerful about this, is we're going to be able to look up any names that show up on a record. So I'm going to come in here to the name field. I'm going to type in Rebecca Hulse. And I put the quotations around it because I want it to be one name all together. Rebecca first, Hulse second. And I don't want those names split up to be other people. So we're going to really target it specifically. And that's all we're going to do at this point. Click the search button. We can filter down to location after that. Notice the filters underneath the total number of hits that we got. I'm going to click place. This is so cool. I'm going to be able to click United States and just filter down. Keep drilling down. Here's Ohio. I could even zero in on a county. Click apply, and here they are. Oh, this is interesting. Dark County probate records. I'm going to click that. And what do we find? Here is a record. Now, you got to love this. They're going to put in yellow highlight where she is found on the record. She's all over this page. So what we're seeing here is the digitized record itself, the yellow highlights showing the full text search results on the page. And this is part of, I think, somebody else's record. Over here on the transcript, this is everything transcribed. And this was done by full-text search. It was automated. This was not done by humans. They're able to transcribe the entire record. And I'm guessing, being a probate record, it's going to be pretty big. So one of the first things that I like to do is actually find the beginning of this record. So I'm going to make a note. Which page am I on? I'm on up here, left-hand side, 548 of 749. So I'm just going to jot that down. And I'm going to skip ahead and this next page, and it looks like Stephen Russell, deceased. This is probably his probate record. He left no widow or children. And so there are a lot of heirs that are going to be named in this record. And here again, Rebecca Hulse, right here on this page. So I am looking for the cover page. Now, sometimes you can even look at the film strip down here at the bottom, and you can get a sense of what might be the cover page on these old probate records. I'm going to come down over here. So here we are. This is the first page. Now remember, Rebecca, we had marked over at page 548. We're now on page 540. And this says Stephen Russell. So from here, we can make a note that 540 is going to be our first page if we want to get this entire record. And I would really recommend you look through the entire thing. And you can easily do that with the film strip, page by page. And here's the front page. So this was filed March 25th of 1897. We would hope to see lots of other people related to him listed in the record. And here we have, look at this page, page 560. Okay, we're starting to almost get family trees here. They've had to figure out who's related to who. This is fantastic. Listing of heirs of Stephen Russell, deceased. Here's another page. And look at this, my friends. Rebecca, dead, but it shows who her children were. Here's Jane Burkett. So Conover Burkett is my great-grandfather. He's the guy on my Genealogy Gems podcast logo, he and his family. And Jane is his mom. Oh, and here's Conover. Look at that. There's Conover Burkett, Charles Burkett, George Burkett. Makes your heart just skip a beat, doesn't it? Okay, so we will be able to download this record. You can come up here to the top right corner and see the down arrow. Really easy. Click it to download. You'll have a couple different options. You might like being able to take it as a PDF and have the highlights on there so it shows exactly who you were looking at. And in this case, it was Rebecca Hulse. But you can also opt to get it in a PDF form with the no highlights. Why do I like the PDF? Because they're going to have the source information on there. They're going to have a lot more record information. You won't have to worry about later looking at this record on your computer and wondering, where did I get this and who was this for? And we're going to make sure that we have that by clicking this down here, including, you can include the transcript. Why not? You might as well have it. And the citation, the source citation. That's going to give you everything that you need to be able to find it again. This record was actually 54 pages long. There was a lot of information here, and every page seemed to have a little something unique that I had never seen before, so I downloaded all of them. Now, if you have any trouble viewing the images in the full text search, you can come up here to these adjust image levers. Click that, and you can look at that. It really makes a difference. Don't skip this, because if you're going to download an image, maybe as a JPEG or whatever, make sure that you get the image that you want, the way you want it. So you can mess with that. You can do the image left, image right. And sometimes inverting the colors helps, particularly when it's a really difficult image to read. So look what happens. That can make a big difference. And maybe you'll be able to more clearly read something or see these little marks that were not as visible. And you can, of course, reset. So you're never stuck with everything that you just did. Up here, you have the grid. So click that, and you can really quickly come through these. Here's one of the newest features that they've just recently launched. And this happened after they announced full text search at Roots Tech 2025. If you head over to the transcript, we now have the ability to correct these. This is really helpful. We can all help each other by doing this. If you come in here and you see that there is a problem with some of these words, I can see that this word here is avenue. See that there? Come up here and just click the pencil. And then we can click on the word that you want to fix, aven. and I'm going to make it Avenue. This is part of an address. Click Submit, and there it is. So we can help each other and help FamilySearch make these transcriptions more accurate with this new transcription edit tool. And you can just download the transcription itself. Here's a download button. You can also copy it. So if you want to copy it into another document, just click copy. It'll copy it to your computer's clipboard, and then you can paste it over into wherever you'd like it to be. One other thing I want to mention is they really want to make sure that the records being included in full-text search are going to be the most helpful to the most people. And they do that through user feedback. And you can always do that. So while you're working on a record like this, come over here to user feedback, and you can provide specific feedback, maybe something about this particular page or record. Maybe there's a key or a button or something that's not working correctly. You can provide feedback that way. But you can also do generic feedback. And I would really recommend that. Let them know which records are burning issues for you. The more they get those and compile them, the more they're going to be able to know where to focus. And from what they said in their webinar, they said they're really doing a worldwide focus, trying to target places maybe where they haven't been able to get records before. They certainly have translation tools now that can help them with other languages. Also of the most value to the most researchers. And that's the role that you play, is getting them the feedback so that they can know what that is. They're also targeting things like probate collections and court records, those records that have historically been quite long, difficult to transcribe, and certainly that not every person who was in that record got put in the index. It's a very exciting time to see what artificial intelligence is able to do to help with this kind of record access. Watch to the end because there's some exciting news coming from FamilySearch. But first, our terrific sponsor. I want to tell you about what might be one of the best uses of AI from a family history website. It's Storied.com's new World War I collection. It's featuring the AI draft card Story Builder. Instead of just seeing your ancestor's name, John Smith was born in 1895, you really get the complete story. Storied's AI extracts every detail from the draft records. So it's the occupation, physical description, family status, even the local draft board that they visited. And then it creates this beautiful narrative that you can share with your family. This is my great-grandfather, Charles Burkett. Storied had the World War I draft registration card, and it turned it into an entire story. The AI was able to add in so many more details. It's absolutely incredible and so easy. You can add photographs, documents, even audio recordings. Try it for free. Sign up for a 7-day free trial. And the World War I collection is included in the Storied Essential Package. And that's only $19.99 per year. Head to Storied.com. And finally, as promised, there's some exciting news for the future of full-text search. FamilySearch is working diligently to bring full-text search to their card catalog. You'll be able to click on catalog and find it fully integrated here. As well as on the FamilySearch.org homepage, we'll eventually see that this search will also integrate full-text search. For now, there's another exciting place where it's already integrated, and that is the AI Research Assistant. It's over here at Labs Grow Your Tree with the AI Search Assistant. They have now been able to integrate that so that the search assistant has the ability to access full-text search as well. Well, I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into FamilySearch's full-text search. Sometimes when you try out new technology, you just need a little push.
What?
No!